Hey guys, Joe Madden here of Pick Dogs. It is Saturday, December 18th. Ashley is just having some technical difficulties getting on the stream right now, but Goran is here for European football picks and predictions for today. I'm trying not to call it soccer, Goran. I apologize. I know it's European football.
Yeah, I'm from Europe and I actually got used to it to call it soccer here, so it's hard habit to get rid of, but we're working on it.
Does your family back there make fun of you and your friends when you call it soccer?
I would say my foreign friends do, but my Croatian friends, no, not really. But you know what?
Definitely nicer. Well, we've already got lots of people on and watching, Goran. Do you want to take it away by yourself? Do you feel confident taking it away by yourself? And I'll bring Ashley in when she comes, or do you want me to stick around and show everyone how little I do know in soccer?
That's your call, Joe, but I'm fine either way. But I think we should get going with this. We have games starting in 20 minutes. Some games have already started. I know that Ashley has promised a parlay for you guys, so maybe she's going to join in by that time, but we'll see.
Okay. Well, I'm going to let you take it away. I will be here in the background and I will pop in anytime. Just give me a thumbs up and I'll come back in with you.
Perfect.
Okay, Goran. Good luck. You guys are in good hands with him here. Best of luck.
Yeah, so guys, let's do a quick recap. I know that we gave out some picks from yesterday. We have Rayo Vallecano against Deportivo Alaves. I believe our pick was Rayo Vallecano to win and over 1.5 goal, and that hit pretty early in the game so far. It's 2-0 for Rayo Vallecano, and I think they're gonna have a nice win here. So that's another great winner for us. Now, as far as this Atalanta Roma goes, that was both teams to score an over 2.5 at minus 120, if I'm not mistaken. And it's already 1-0 for Roma. So I think this should be pretty fun game for the rest of it. And I think we're going to see some more goals in this one. So I think that should be another winner for us, guys. I know that that Australian pick I gave out was a nice winner as well. It ended 2-2. So now we are waiting on those Indian games from India League, but we'll see on that one a little bit later. Now there are some news that another EPL game for today was cancelled, and that's Aston Villa and Burnley, and Leeds and Arsenal is still on the schedule, but we'll see what's going to happen about this one. I'm not even sure if that was going to be played or the games tomorrow. They are still on the schedule, but I'm not holding my breath at the moment, so we'll see what's going to happen with those. Now, as far as the first games of the day, we have Bundesliga matchups, guys. We have Hoffenheim and Borussia Mönchengladbach starting in about 18 minutes or so. And just by looking at the lineups, both teams are going all in, especially Borussia, who desperately need a win to end their four-game losing streak. But honestly, I'm not sure if they're going to get it here. Hoffenheim has been just on fire lately. They have been scoring a ton of goals. Their defense has improved by a lot. And even though they're still conceding goals, they're not conceding as much as they did in the past. So, uh, money line on the Hoffenheim has dropped a little bit. It's minus 106 right now. The goals are expected. The over is at minus 225. Both teams to score an over 2.5 is minus 150 right now. Not sure what it was yesterday, but for your parlay, if you're building a parlay, both teams to score an over 2.5 at minus 150 is pretty solid. But me personally, I'm going with Hoffenheim and over 2.5 in this one. I think they're going to get another win, especially against this terrible uh, Borussia team, the team that is struggling on both ends right now, and the team that doesn't look well at all. Hoffenheim to win and over 2.5 is plus 162 right now, which is an amazing price. And I would definitely sprinkle something on that pick, guys. We got a few more games in Bundesliga that are quite interesting. And the next one is Eintracht Frankfurt versus Mainz. Now, Frankfurt is on a nice streak. They have improved. I mean, they're unrecognizable from the team they were at the start of the season. The team that was struggling to score, the team that was struggling to defend. and now they have only one loss in their last 6 games. So yeah, I believe if you have a good book, if you have decent book, that should be the pick on its own. Uncool. You should have Hoffenheim to win it over 2.5 in that game by its own somewhere. If not, just parlay that too. And I think you're pretty safe with that bet. Now, Frankfurt and Mainz, I would kind of avoid the winner here. If you ask me, it should be an interesting game to watch, but we are getting the over at plus 100, and seeing how both teams are scoring as of late, and seeing that both teams are playing in a pretty good form. I think we should see goals in this one, but if you want to take something other than over, maybe be a little bit safer, take just both teams to score at minus 143. So, oh, it seems like Ashley joining us.
Sorry, I have no idea what happened. I never got this notification. I was sitting here taking notes.
You overslept, admit it.
I did not oversleep. Look at me. Yeah, sorry. I checked my phone. Well, I messaged you and said I didn't get the link, and then I checked it, and Joe was asking me where I am. So yeah, what did I miss? What did we talk about?
You missed 3 picks I gave out already, actually. But I'll let you give your opinion. Let's start with that Hoffenheim and Borussia. Actually, you know what, Ashley? You mentioned yesterday you have a parlay for us, so
Yeah.
knock it out with that one first.
Yes, I'm going to give you guys a parlay because so one of these is in Germany and it starts in about 15 minutes, so you have to get it in pretty quick. So this is going to be a four-leg parlay, and the first one is in Belgium, Jupiler League, and it's a team you guys heard me talk about before, St. Joa. We're going to take their team total over 1.5. And then in Germany Bundesliga, the Hoffenheim match, not team total, but just the Hoffenheim match, we're going to take over 2.5. And in Netherlands, Eredivisie, you're going to take AZ Alkmaar on the money line. And the one I was talking about yesterday in Hungary, the league is called NB1, a team Budapest versus PAX, PAKS. You're going to take that one over 2.5, and that's combined odds of plus 400.
There you have it, guys. That should be a nice parlay to happen. The one I gave out yesterday is looking pretty solid right now. That Australian pick was the winner. Now we're just waiting for those Indians and Atalanta and Roma to score a few more goals. But I think we're looking pretty solid right now. So
yeah, Rome scored in the first minute, so that's awesome because two premiums on that one. Plus, we gave the free pick on that, so it's a perfect start when you're on the over and both teams to score.
Give us your opinion, Ashley, about that Hoffenheim and Borussia Mönchengladbach game. I mentioned the lineups, and we see that both teams are going all in, especially Borussia, who desperately needs a win, but I'm not sure it's going to happen in this match.
Yeah, I'm staying away from the side as I do a lot in the Bundesliga. I actually have a premium on this one also. I'm on both teams to score and over 2.5 in that one. Yeah, like you said, with the lineups that are strong, I think they're both going to go all out. So yeah, I don't see either of these sides being able to keep the other from scoring. So I'm seeing what should be plenty of goals in this one, and I think from both sides.
Nice. When you joined us, actually, I was talking about Eintracht Frankfurt and Mainz matchup. I think that should be a pretty interesting matchup. Any thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I actually like both teams to score and over 2.5. I didn't put it as a premium. But I do like that play. I think it's just going to be a typical Bundesliga matchup, just like Hoffenheim, just wide open offenses and defenses that really don't care much about defending. So yeah, it's and a lot Serie A and Bundesliga. You guys have heard me say it before. A lot of those matchups are just perfect for BTTS and over 2.5, and I think that's another one of them.
Yeah, especially when you get the over at plus 100 in this game. So I honestly think that's another gift for us. Both teams to score an over 2.5 is plus 110 right now. You can take that, or you can take just the over, or you can take something smaller, which is both teams to score at minus 143 and kind of be safe if the game ends in a 1-1 draw. And I think that both teams will get on the scoreboard in this one.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too.
No, we see Leipzig is hosting Arminia Bielefeld, Ashley, and even though Leipzig is terrible on the road, they just can't get the first win of the season on the road. They are quite solid at home.
Yeah, I don't have a personal play on this one. With Leipzig, they have the talent. They're just they're just underperforming. They were supposed to do a lot better in the league this year. So, I'm just not willing to bet them this year. I think they win this one. They should win this one, but I love betting the Bundesliga. This is one of the few. I stayed away from this one, and I stayed away from the Dortmund match just because the way they performed last week scared me. So yeah, you guys will have to listen to Goran on that one because I'm not messing with Leipzig right now.
Yeah, like I said, Leipzig is quite solid at home this season. They're scoring a lot, and their defense is not great, but it's decent, and they need a win here. Well, Armenia has only one win on the road. They have scored only 4 goals in the road so far this season in 7 games, so they are even worse on the road than Leipzig is. Honestly, I would take Leipzig at -1.5 in this one. I wouldn't go further than that. Maybe take Leipzig at over 1.5 if you have a parlay or something. I do think they will score at least 2 goals here because Armenia's defense is just terrible. So either Leipzig -1.5 or Leipzig at over 1.5. But I'm kind of leaning towards the second pick. Just because
I wouldn't
never
really
know
count
what
on
can
them
happen.
covering a spread. Yeah, because you never know. I mean, Bielefeld, they're not any good, but can they score on them? Sure. So I think maybe a -1 could be a free hit, but I wouldn't take anything higher than a -1. So I think your bet of Leipzig and over 1.5 is much safer bet.
Leipzig is improving a lot since they hired a new coach, but I think it's going to take a few more weeks or so to settle. So we'll kind of start betting on them after the winter break and see where it leads us.
Yeah.
Now I know that Jack mentioned Augsburg win today against Greuther Fürth, and I think Augsburg could snag a win here, but I wouldn't be surprised if Fürth gets one because they have been playing really well, especially against Borussia Dortmund last week. Even though they lost 3-0, they created their chances.
Right. No, yeah, and that's what I was saying yesterday. If you were looking at the metrics when Rutherford when they played Dortmund, they were out shooting them. They had quite a few more corner kicks, so they were definitely being the more aggressive attacking side. So yeah, that's another one I've stayed away from too. I think that Rutherford at the very least scores on them. So I don't know the price because I didn't cap this one. I'm just staying away from both of these teams, but I do think both teams score in that one, and I wouldn't be surprised for either team to win, which is why I wouldn't bet a side, but maybe look at the goals market in that one.
Yeah, honestly, I will probably not be betting this game, but if I would take the double chance of Greuther Fürth. It's -138. I think they could surprise us here. I'm not sure. I know that Augsburg is a decent team, but they're not that much better than Greuther Fürth. You know what?
Right.
Defensively, both teams suck a lot this season. And they are the two bottom teams, actually not the bottom teams, because Fürth is last and Augsburg is 16th. But both teams are kind of struggling with scoring goals, and their defenses are not that great this season. So we might see both teams to score in this one, but I wouldn't be surprised if Greuther Fürth gets their second whole win, actually. Or is this going to be their first whole win of the season? If they get it, I wouldn't be surprised if they get it. So
yeah, and like you're saying, when you have teams that don't have great defenses and they've been struggling scoring, so people would tend to think, like not a lot of goals being scored. But sometimes it's the perfect storm for a lot of goals, right? So you have these teams that haven't been scoring a lot and they've been playing upper echelon teams in the league. So when they go heads up, they both usually see it as a winnable game. So kind of approach it with a wide open attack. So yeah, I would say I would lean more over than under when two teams like that get together.
Now we have
And I know
another.
you guys played yesterday. I gave Rayo Vallecano team total over 1.5, and I started to put it in as a premium last night and didn't. And they already had 2 in the first half, of course. So hopefully some of you guys jumped on that because I was stupid and didn't.
Yeah, and we gave out Rayo Vallecano to win and over 1.5 in that game as well. So it was plus 140 or something like that.
Yeah. So
So that's gonna be another
that's
win.
looking really good right now.
And we got a goal in the Indian Super League. So that's good for my parlay.
What who you had on your parlay? So you hit the Aussie League.
Yeah.
I was wrong about that, so I'll admit that. And who else did you have?
I have this Chennai and Odisha Football Club over 2.5 and Atalanta over 2.5.
Oh yeah, and I wanted to tell you guys too. So there's this country called Croatia, and that's where Goran is from. So I like betting that league. He can't stand it. Their H&L
That's a
league.
swamp, not a league.
So last night I messaged him and I was like, this Gorica match, like I really like the over of 2.5 and it's a really cheap price. Like, do you think it's worth betting as a premium, right? To go on my permanent record. And he's like, no, that league is a swamp, whatever. I wouldn't do it. I don't think that's a good play. Yeah, it ended 3-2. So thanks a lot, Goran.
It's still a swamp. Yes, Darrell. I
Swamp
think
like
Atalanta
they
can
make
turn
money.
this game over. I see they're dominating the possession. They have more shots. They have more shots on goal.
You talking about
Uh,
Atlanta?
yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
they're
it's
dominating possession. Yeah, they'll score.
Atalanta, Dortmund, Barcelona, Arsenal. No, as far as that Arsenal game goes, it's still scheduled, but I'm honestly not sure if that's going to happen since all the other games got postponed for today.
Right.
I think that will might as well. Barcelona, I think they will get a win against Elche at home. They never lost to them in the past. They do have some injuries, yes, that's true, but Elche hasn't been that great so far this season. Well, neither was Barcelona for that matter, but they have the better team overall. They have all those young kids who are eager to play, and they are playing well. So I think they will get the whole win to end their, I think it is a 4-game streak without a win. So now I did mention Atalanta. I think Atalanta is going to get a win at the end because they're playing much better right now. And as far as Dortmund goes, I was reading yesterday, Hertha has a ton of injuries. Their leading goal scorer is injured, so I definitely don't even see them scoring a goal here. And I think Dortmund will get the win.
Yeah, Dortmund should. I mean, they even though they won 3-0 in their last match, that it scared me. They really just didn't turn it on to the second half. But yeah, it should be safe there. And like he said, Atalanta right now has 71% possession, a couple shots on target. So yeah, I don't. They're definitely controlling the ball, which makes me really happy that Roma nicked one early since someone both teams to score. So yeah, it should be safe with that one. Like with Arsenal, yeah, I mean, like Goran said, I really don't know if any EPL matches will actually be played, but if so, that's the side I would lean. I don't know if I would be gutsy enough to take
2-0 Roma. Holy shit.
There we go. Because I'm on the over also. Look at that. Atalanta will score. I mean, if they don't score, it just the earth is flown off its axis. So this is a perfect start for 2 premiums on this. I hope you guys are on this one because I know we gave it out yesterday.
You know what? I think that Atalanta is still good enough to turn this game around from 2-0, and you're getting it plus 150, plus 550 right now. So put something on that, guys.
Yeah, that's not a bad bet.
Or maybe even the draw, it's plus 350 to end in the draw. And we know that Roma is sketchy defensively, so a lot could happen in that second half.
Yeah. I don't think that's a bad bet at all because Roma is definitely leaky, and Atalanta has a super potent offense. So
let's talk about that.
Maybe we'll hit both teams to scoring over in the first half. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah, that'd be great if you ask me. Let's talk about that Hertha and Borussia Dortmund game, Ashley.
Yeah, so like Daryl was asking, putting the, do we think Dortmund will win? Like I do, and especially like with Goran said, how them having injuries and then their top striker being out. The only reason, the thing that kept me off of that one really is that so Hertha at home, they usually have a really stout defense. They're one of the few Bundesliga teams that actually you know, plays a decent defense at home. If I were going to bet that, I would take Dortmund. I still haven't had access to the books because Bovada's been down. So I would take probably, if I took Dortmund, I would look for value and take Dortmund to win, and possibly take both teams to score. Because I know, like, you don't think, Goran, that they can score, but my God, Dortmund's defense is just horrible. I mean,
Yeah.
Grutenberg were taking it to them in the last match. I honestly don't know how they didn't score on them.
Hertha has a lot of injured players, and honestly, even Borussia has to keep a clean sheet every now and then. So I would actually in this game, I mean, just the money line on the Borussia Dortmund is minus 163 right now. So for your parlay, I think that's good enough. But if you want a single pick, I would take Borussia Dortmund and over 1.5 in this game at minus 110. I think definitely Borussia can nick 2 goals in this one. That's for sure. So
Yeah, I think so too.
if you get lucky enough for them to score the third one, like we did last week, actually in the middle of this week, and that was a nail biter, so I'm going to try and avoid that. But Borussia Dortmund at over 1.5, definitely.
Yeah, I think that's a fantastic price because I don't see Dortmund scoring fewer than 2 goals here. So yeah, that I actually like your pick a lot. And I don't think it would be a bad idea too to sprinkle a little something on Erling Haaland to score 2+ goals. He's always like way too expensive just to score 1, but when he gets going, I mean, that guy can score a lot. So putting something on a little plus money on Haaland to score at least twice is always worth throwing a little bit of beer money on.
Yeah. Let's move on to your second favorite league, Ashley. That's Serie A. Bologna Juventus at noon Eastern.
Oh man, so you're gonna ask me about the one I'm not on. Yeah. So Juventus, the thing about them is like I've been saying all along, their defense is pretty solid. They're not having problems scoring. They're just having problems scoring more than 1 goal. So that is kind of tricky there. I could see Bologna scoring on them. Bologna is not typically a team I bet, but yeah, typically I would be on the side of Juve in this one, but with their difficulty finding the back of the net, they've had a lot of 1-0s. So like I've been telling you guys, bet the correct score group at it's usually like plus 150 for Juventus to win 1-0, 2-0, or 2-1. That's the way I would just keep playing them. They're not scoring more than 2 goals, and I think that they win there. So I would just take a shot at plus money. Is the only way that I would bet that one.
Yeah, we know that Juventus is struggling a lot in the offensive end, and their defense for some reason can't keep the ball out of their net. They do have a few injuries. I see that Chiesa is injured, and he's one of their best players.
Oh yeah.
Dybala is still questionable, so I'm not sure from who the goals are going to come. Maybe Morata, if he finds the net, if he's able to do that. For some reason, he's blind this season. But I don't know. I would actually avoid betting on Juventus here. I think that pretty much the only pick I would take in this game is both teams to score.
Yeah.
That's minus 106 right now. I do believe Bologna is kind of good enough to get one on the scoreboard. I think they will, especially against the weak Juventus' defense.
Yep.
But I don't think Bologna.
I just said it, and then you said both teams to score. And the more I'm thinking about it, I'm like, with Chiesa out, and Dybala questionable, usually you have these young guys that come in and want to show something. So I may actually end up betting both teams to score at that price. Yeah, in a Serie A match where any of these teams can score. So yeah, I think I'll be taking that bet. So I appreciate that free pick, Goran.
Yeah, Bologna is definitely good enough to score here, but they're not good enough defensively to stop even this weak Juventus team.
No.
So I think both teams to score is a pretty solid pick in this one.
Yeah, I really do like that one a lot. I'll be betting that personally.
Now, I assume you have Cagliari and Udinese pick?
I like both teams to score in that one. But I think one scores more than the other. I wouldn't take a side here. So I think if you just go for the straight over or just both teams to score, if that's not too pricey. I see both sides scoring, and I would stay away from an outright winner. You may have a different take on it, but yeah, typically I'm looking for different ways in Serie A to bet the goals market. Unless it's like yesterday, Inter, one of the top teams up against one of the strugglers. So
Yeah, this Cagliari Udinese game, I don't know. Both teams are kind of struggling a lot, and Cagliari basically has one player who's scoring their goals, and it's hard to stay in the league when you have a team like that. Udinese isn't much better, but in my opinion, they are the better team overall. I think they have been playing slightly better this season. Uh, Both teams to score at minus 134. I would agree on that. I think we're going to see at least one goal on both sides. If you want to stretch that, you can take both teams to score at over 2.5 at plus 125. But like I said, I think it's a stretch. I wouldn't be surprised if this game ends with a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, and 130. I mean, that's a little bit juicy, but I agree with you. I wouldn't. I would just take the both teams to score. Yeah, at the minus 130, and you're not getting that much value by taking the over, and I think it's a safer bet. Yeah.
We got a 10-15 matchup in La Liga, actually. Real Sociedad versus Villarreal.
Yeah, I'm super interested in that one. This line has me so confused. I have no idea why we're getting such a high price with Villarreal on the money line. So I'll tell you straight away what I love on that one is I love just taking plus half a goal with Villarreal. I don't know. I can't make heads or tails of that line. I'm delved into this matchup. I mean, the Villarreal are on fire right now. They're playing really, really well. Sociedad, I think they will score here. They haven't been winning. They haven't been scoring. I would take the plus half a goal with Villarreal, or even I think it's like minus 120. You can do a draw double chance on Villarreal and either under 4.5 or over 1.5. I think you're safe with both of those, and at a minus 120 price. I think there's tons of value, unless there's just something I'm not seeing on Villarreal in this matchup.
Yeah, Villarreal is such an under, probably because Real Sociedad has been so dominant at home this season. They have only one loss. They have conceded only 3 goals at home. That's why they are such a big favorites, even though they shouldn't be, because I'm looking at the lineups here. And Villarreal is going all out. Gerard Moreno is back in the lineup. Dani Parejo, Dia, Alberto Moreno on the left side. And Jeremy Pino is on the right side. So that's pretty much the best
with
lineup.
Moreno, like you said, with Moreno back and healthy, I do not understand this line at all.
Yeah, pretty much the only player that Villarreal is missing is the Juma, who's their leading goal scorer. But this team still has enough quality to score against Real Sociedad, the team that has been struggling defensively as of late, even though they have been dominant at home this season. I'm kind of going to try and avoid betting on the winner here because I'm not sure that Real Sociedad can get that home win. I would maybe even go with double chances Villarreal, but I'm going to take the over in this one for plus 100. Maybe even take a look at both teams to score it over 2.5 at plus 140, just because I think we're going to see a fire of a game. I think it's going to be an exciting matchup. I think it's going to be a pretty open matchup, and I think we're going to see some goals in this one.
Yeah, I think so too. I wouldn't talk anyone off of sprinkling that big plus money price of Villarreal, but and with Sociedad not just in a scoring drought lately, Villarreal, they've been on fire. But when I say that, I mean offensively, right? So I definitely think Sociedad can score on them. So yeah, it's taking a draw double chance and an over 1.5 on Villarreal, or just a plus half a goal. Or like you said, just going for goals. That both these teams are capable of scoring. So,
yeah, I think that Villarreal definitely deserves to be such a big underdog in this one, but we'll see what's gonna happen. Let's move on to Barcelona Elche. Ashley, I know that you hate Barcelona. I know you're not gonna bet on them. So, any thoughts on that game?
I don't hate Barcelona. I just, as a bettor, I just can't stand trying to make sense of them. Yeah, I mean, it's Elche, right? So of course you would think typically. I mean, Barcelona should win this match. There's no doubt about it. I just, I didn't handicap it. I don't study it. I will leave this one to you because Barcelona will not get my money at any point this season.
Yeah, you know what? It's hard to bet on them right now.
Even against Elche, Goran.
They can't really close games. They have conceded a lot of those late goals that cost them the win, or at least a positive result. But they have been much better at home than they are on the road, and they're now playing against the team that has only one win on the road so far this season. The team that is not scoring a lot on the road. So I'm gonna take this bullet one more time with Barcelona, and I'm gonna take Barcelona over 2.5 at -105 in this one. It's not in my preview or anything like that, guys, but I just like this pick. I think that it's about damn time for Barcelona to have a nice breakout game. And is there a better team to do that than Elche? I don't think there is. So if they don't get it now, I'm not sure who they can get it against. So
yeah, if they can't take this Elche team to task, then they might not get any of my money next season either, because that would just be laughable. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I think they should win, but it's about picking your spots and whittling your list down where you're actually putting your money, and they just don't even make the cut of the top 20 for me. So yeah, that's just a stay away.
Sevilla and Atletico Madrid, Ashley, the biggest derby of the day in La Liga.
Yeah, so oddly enough, typically when these two get together, they're low-scoring affairs. But I actually like both teams to score here. I can't say, I don't really have a feeling on the over, but I think both teams get on the scoreboard. So I would approach it that way. And probably when Atletico plays and when Griezmann's playing really well, sometimes I'll put a little bit of something on Antoine Griezmann as an anytime goal scorer.
He's injured. No, he's not going to be playing in this game.
Well, then definitely don't make that bet. But yeah, I like both teams to score. Sevilla is very, I think they're the most schizophrenic team in all of European football this year. So it's like they're either a great bet, or you bet them and it just blows up in your face. It's kind of like Barcelona. So, but I do think they score. They have talented players. I'm not sure what their issue is, why they're so just disjointed and you can't make heads or tails of them. But that's my long-winded way of saying the only way I would approach that is both teams scoring.
Yeah, the more I think about this game, the more I'm kind of convinced in my previous pick, and that's the draw for +200. I'm looking at the injury list, and Jimenez and Savic, who are the starting defenders for Atletico Madrid, are injured, and Griezmann is injured as well. So, I mean, it's not like Atletico Madrid doesn't have enough depth to replace those players with the other good players, because they do. And I don't know, their defense is sucky with all their starters, and I think it's going to be bad without them. But then I look at the Sevilla's injury list, and I see Lamela, Suso, and Enesiri all injured, and that's basically all of their offense. I know that Ocampos is still questionable. They have a suspended player because of the yellow cards as well. And the difference between these two teams is that when Sevilla had to step up against Salzburg in the Champions League, they failed miserably. They couldn't even score a goal.
Yeah,
and when Atletico Madrid had to step up against Porto, they did step up.
Mm-hmm.
They maybe did not deserve to get a win in that game, but they did get it, and they are advancing to the next stage. So,
well, I really wish you wouldn't have brought that game up, because I was on Porto draw no bet in that one, and holy shit, did they get crushed by Atletico in that one. And then we have, I'm probably going to butcher your name, Iguma. Says your first time here, so welcome. That's awesome that you're here.
Definitely.
Hopefully you're enjoying it, even though I know Goran makes that difficult for people to do.
Yeah, or Ashley when she's late or stuff like that.
I do sometimes.
No, but in this game, I'm definitely sticking with the draw, and I'm more convinced about that than ever. So I honestly don't think this is going to be an exciting game to watch. I think it's going to be like slow-paced game with Sevilla probably dominating the possession, and Atletico Madrid is going to try to defend. So I think the draw is the only pick I'm going to be making in this game.
Yeah, and like we always say, anytime you see that draw line at around like plus 240 or lower, especially like a plus 200, that's definitely the book saying that that's what they see happening. That's a very, very strong draw line.
Just a quick reminder for you guys to hit that like button, to subscribe to our channel. And we see that Bundesliga has started. We have 5 games, still 0-0 in all of those games. But I don't think it's going to take long for them to warm up.
Why
Now,
the hell hasn't Atalanta scored yet? I mean, 71% possession,
they
3 on
got time.
target.
They got
Well,
time.
I know they have time, but I mean, come on. They should have already scored by now so I can just not sweat it in the second half.
You got any other picks, Ashley, from the smaller European leagues?
Well, this isn't a smaller league, and I'm sure you'll laugh because I've been bitching so much about this league lately. But I kind of do. Well, it's on my parlay that I gave you guys, so I wouldn't play it separately. So I gave you AZ Alkmaar on the money line. I kind of like them at -1 against Willem too. I think that the worst, would be a push there, but yeah, I'm actually mostly on the bigger leagues today. Heavy on this Roma match here and the Bundesliga. So playing with the big boys today.
I mean, this Alkmaar should be a slam dunk because Willem hasn't won any of their last 10 games, and they're on a 6-game losing streak or whatever. So
Yeah, and
I think
Alkmaar are a really, really strong side. So like I say, and I think it's at a -120, which to me is kind of surprising. I could see them winning by only 1, but I could see them winning 3-0 here also.
I would even take Alkmaar -1.5. It's -107 right now, so I think that should be a slam dunk as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, Alcool, good luck to you. There's like 5 minutes left. If that Rayo game, and that was a nice free pick that we gave out yesterday. So good for you for jumping on it. And I think that's it.
Uncle is on another perfect. Okay, now let me pull that one up so I can watch with them because I know, that would be an awesome hit too.
And Atalanta just scored.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
I'm gonna wait and see it before I believe you. It's
Well, I
not
steer you wrong.
bar or anything, is it?
I don't know that. I just see that they scored.
Well, where's my little red one that's supposed to pop up?
Well, I don't think your phone is getting notifications today, Ashley. So.
Well, clearly it isn't, but I need this one. This one is more important.
I mean, you can turn your phone
Yes,
off.
they did score. I believe you. Awesome.
There we go.
So, woo, 2 premiums on that. Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice. How many times you guys do you place a bet and it hits by halftime? It's like, as a sports bettor, right? It's one of the best feelings in the world because typically it's like uncool there. He's sitting there, sweating out this, like hoping that there's not a stupid garbage stoppage time goal or something. It's like you're sweating it out to the last 10 seconds. So this is an amazing first half. So great start to the day.
Yeah, the magic of sports betting, eh?
Right. Yeah. The love-hate relationship that is sports betting.
More hate than love, I would suppose.
Yeah. It's like you can be among the best in the world and you're gonna get 40% of them wrong. So me being a perfectionist, that makes for an interesting combination. I have to learn to not get so upset. Like a perfectionist who's going to fail 40% of the time, they'll probably make for a good sitcom, really. Or you guys would be entertained sitting with me watching these matches because I will start breaking shit for real.
I know that Hannah is having a lot of fun times watching games with you.
Nope. Typically, I just sit. I sometimes I'll watch, but rarely. Like I'll watch a match that I'm not on, and I just stare at the ticker, just like a crackhead. I just stare at it for 90 minutes, just waiting for the numbers to pop up. I can't watch the way they're playing. It makes me too nervous. I'll start screaming and like, why did this idiot hit the post? And yeah, so I usually just sit in my car, and then she stays upstairs and
in your car.
Oh yeah, after I'm like chain smoking like crazy. I told you I'm like a crackhead when these games. Hannah just said I try to avoid her when games are on. Unless they're winning, then she'll come down and join me in the car for have some coffee or something. But if I'm having a losing day, I don't see much of her at all.
So do you have people stopping by your car and like asking you, Are you all right when you stare at your phone like this all the time?
No, because we live in Waikiki, and we have like it's a small little private gated parking lot. So yeah, I only look like a crackhead, to myself. No one else can really see me except the neighbors, and they're so used to. They know that I'm handicap and bet and everything, so they just walk by and kind of laugh. They know when I'm talking to myself that I'm not schizophrenic. I'm just on a match at the moment.
Oh my God.
What about the Rio matches? Did it end 2-0 or is it still going?
Still going 90 plus,
Ah!
4-minute addition time.
Oh,
But it's gonna be fine. There's no way that Alaves can score 2
Alaves
goals.
is horrible, and Rayo's. Well, I'm not going to say anything to jinx it. I mean, I don't believe in jinxes, but let's just let it play out. I'm not going to say anything else about it. We're
Yeah.
pulling for you though, for sure.
Oh, definitely. I
And
have
what an
that pick as
awesome
well.
pick that was.
I have Rayo Vallecano on the money line in my parlay. So
Yeah, there's something must be mentally wrong with me because it's like I told you yesterday, I love this Rayo team total over 1.5. I think it's just golden, like a gift, and it's a good price. But like, do I bet it personally or put it as a premium? No. I mean, you take your list and you get it down to like 8 or 9, and then you try to whittle it down. I try to stay lower volume because in case I have a horrible day, I don't want anyone to, be busting their bankroll over it. But my God, when I give these free picks that I love and don't play them myself,
bad
maybe you
wins
guys
in
can
Hawaii, I
diagnose
guess.
what the hell that's about. But is something not right with that?
Some bad weather in Hawaii.
It has been actually,
There
but
you have it.
no one cares. Remember, no one's gonna feel sorry for me because I live in Hawaii.
It's snowing like crazy here in Canada, and
See, I would actually enjoy that. That would be nice.
well, you still have time to come. Actually, if they let you in the country, which probably they will not.
Probably not.
Well, I think that's it, guys, that we have for you today. We'll have another live show for you at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, sharp. At least I'll be here at 9 a.m. We'll see about Ashley.
I will have you guys know I've been up since 2:30 my time. And when you sent me that message, I was like, what the hell is he talking about? I'm sitting here at the computer waiting, like, why are we so late?
I sent you like 4 messages, and I sent Hannah a message as well. So I'm not sure what's happening there.
On this phone.
There is a lot.
I've been up since 2:30. I've already had my Starbucks and everything. So don't even come at me like I'm late. I live for this stuff. I cap all day long. I'm watching matches all day long. I'm studying leagues all day long, doing this show. I mean, I get up at 2:30. What else do you need to say? And I love it. And I love seeing new people in here. This is so awesome.
Yeah, it's great, guys. It was a pleasure doing this show for you. Go check out the rest of our free videos on YouTube. Jump on that premium pack just for me and Ashley. Go visit PickDog's previous section. We've been doing quite well over there. So stay tuned for another live show tomorrow. Hit that like button, subscribe, and see you guys tomorrow, 9 a.m. sharp.
Yep.